Hi, I'm Whit Menifee, and I'm a member of the Bridgewater Rotary Club, and I'm also chair of the RILA Speech Contest. This year, of course, due to COVID, we had to change our speech contest and do things quite a bit differently. We had 12 students participate this year, and we had them make a recording and send it to the RILA committee, who reviewed those tapes and made his selections for the first, second, and third place awards. The winner this year was Lydia Galbraith, and she was sponsored in the contest by the Salem Rotary Club. I hope very much that you all will enjoy Lydia's speech, and thank you.
We've all sat through health class and watched those cringy why not to do drugs videos and listened to countless teachers tell us that if we don't make good choices, we're not going to get into a good college and we're not going to get a job and basically we're just going to end up as hobos on the street. I don't know about you guys, but none of those things really encouraged me to make good choices. The problem lies in the fact that although these videos may have had extremely poor acting, and our teachers definitely went a little too far, the message behind them is actually vital. The reality is that our actions now will affect our future and the people around us, and if we're not careful, we may end up living a life full of regret. So first, we must look inwardly and ask ourselves, is what I'm saying the truth? As a high school girl, I can tell you firsthand that gossip spreads faster than Usain Bolt at the Olympics. In fact, the New York Daily News reports that gossip makes up 80% of our conversations. And a study at the University of Massachusetts found that 60% of people lied at least once in a 10-minute conversation. How sad is it that we live in a world where the easiest way to build yourself up is to bring someone else down? The truth is that lying about someone else will only increase the mental health problem we have in America. And although it may be the easiest way to hide your problem, it will never solve it. Secondly, we must look outwardly and ask ourselves, are our decisions beneficial for all who are involved and fair for all who are involved? We also must dissect, do they build goodwill and better friendships? In a world where, according to Child Guard, 85% of kids ages 13 to 17 have at least one social media account, it's easy to spend hours thinking about ourselves and forget that our choices impact other people too. How often have we seen somebody belittle the nerdy kid in class just to get a laugh without even thinking about how unfairly they're treating the other person? Last year, I was sickened when I saw 3 boys in my class openly mock a special needs student without even stopping to take a second glance when they realized that she was unable to do her work and aggravated due to the way that they were talking about her. It's about time that we stopped using our words and decisions as weapons and started using them as tools to foster positivity. In high school, my brother seemed to have it all. He had great grades, he had a loving family, he was voted class clown, but sadly, he didn't make the most ethical choices. He surrounded himself with toxic friends who pressured him, and instead of standing up for himself, he gave in. Because, well, that seemed like the easiest option. His actions began to explode when he got caught by the police for the first time. I remember my parents having to sit me down and explain to me, a 5th grader, what marijuana was. But this was only the tip of the iceberg. One Christmas, my parents realized that my brother's actions had only gotten worse. And on a day that was supposed to be about family unity and joy, all I can remember is yelling and crying. My family was split apart, and I remember feeling like I had to hide it from everyone. I put on a facade at school that I was this perfect girl with a perfect family, when deep down, I was confused and hurt. Why did my brother make poor choices? Why didn't he understand how his actions would affect others? Why didn't he lie so much? Why didn't he understand how much I was hurt. From a middle school point of view, I didn't understand how he could be so selfish. But now that I'm in high school, I've seen the real struggle of peer pressure, and I've watched people I love fall away from their morals. I began to realize that my brother was not the only one making poor choices. And in fact, it was the people making healthy choices that were in the minority. Over the years, I've come to realize that just because someone parties or doesn't prioritize school doesn't mean that they're some kind of horrible person or that I have any right to judge them. But I've also seen that the joy that comes from ignoring your morals is only temporary. And I've watched far too many people be crushed by the weight of their poor decisions. So I'm asking you, begging you really, to start thinking about the choices you're making in high school. You only have so many years on this earth, so why not use them to make an impact? Let's choose gossip. Let's choose kindness over gossip. And let's choose to put ourselves in someone else's shoes. Heck, maybe let's even ask that quiet kid in the back of the class how his day was. So stop using harmful methods to numb the pain and start dealing with your problems. Whether that means meeting with a counselor or just talking to a trusted adult. Because treating others poorly, doing drugs, seeking popularity, none of those things will help anyone, especially yourself. It's not too late to turn your life around. So start making choices you won't regret. And maybe together, we can leave this world a better place than when we came into it. Thank you.